prayer that we are talking today about, I just call a secret prayer. In my eyes, they are one of the most powerful prayers. The prayer of the heart, the prayer where you don't say much with the lips, but the heart says everything. I look at two people in the Bible that prayed a lot like that, and that was Zechariah and Elizabeth. So Zechariah was a Jewish priest, and Elizabeth came from Aaron's bloodline. And we read about in Luke 1 verse 6, it says that these two individuals live righteously before God, and they obeyed all God's decrees and commands. And they were old, but still didn't have children. So they asked the Lord for children, and they had a very, very deep longing in their heart for children. And I'm not sure about you, but you know, there are things in our lives that we yearn for and we ask God for. And you know, you can't always tell your friends around you what you pray, what you ask of God. If somebody would ask you, what can I pray for? Those are the kind of prayers that I don't want to say it again. Maybe people's going to laugh at me and say, are you really still trusting God for that? No, don't trust God for that. I mean, you're too old. Or can't you see you're not going to have children? Whatever that prayer looked like. So Zechariah and Elizabeth continue serving the Lord, even though in their eyes their prayer was unanswered. For many years they walked like that, and a silent prayer in their heart every day to the Lord, moaning, groaning in their hearts for this desire. You know, that they didn't even had a definite promise like Abraham had. They didn't have that. They just had a desire and a secret petition of their heart. So this quiet prayer of theirs has been so long that they actually started doubting that the Lord hear their prayers or listen to them. But then one day, finally, the promise came through. And Zechariah was rather skeptical and unbelieving. And then he was stuck dumb until the birth. But even in his unbelief and doubt, it did not stop God from giving and answering his secret, silent prayer. It wasn't Zechariah's time. It wasn't the time that he planned. It was long after that. It wasn't the perfect way. I mean, he couldn't speak in that time. I have learned in my life that God answers prayers. It doesn't need to look the way you expect it. It doesn't need to be the time that you expect it. But God hears every prayer of your life. So for Zechariah and Elizabeth, it was a long wait. But for God, it's called perfect timing. So I have learned this from them. I have learned that God's character ties to his heart, and he has its perfect timing, and he will release whatever he wants, the goodness of the Father, in his perfect time. So let's pray like Elizabeth and Zechariah. Father, I open my heart before you today. You know how long I have laid this trouble in my heart before you. You can name it. I'm not sure what it is that you carry secretly in your heart. Sometimes that secret is so secret, it's only you and God that knows what you are standing for. And I confess that I have become despondent. Yes, I start doubt and I start having unbelief. But I want to proclaim your goodness today, that you are in control and you have a plan. Father, today I tie my heart to your time. I tie my heart to your heart. I tie my heart to your plan. Doesn't matter if it looks like the way I planned it. Doesn't matter when it comes or not comes, doesn't matter. I tie my heart to your heart. Lord, I already thank you that you're going to come through for me. Doesn't matter the way it looks, as long as it is your way and not my way. I'm not sure about you, but I have a lot of those kind of prayers. Prayers that it's just me and God. I walk with them. I talk to him about them. I cherish those prayers. And you know, when God answers those prayers, and it's suddenly, many times it's just suddenly he comes through for me with things. There's an excitement in my spirit because I know I didn't tell it to men. I didn't ask men for it. I asked God, even though he used men many a times. I know that it's God coming through for me because it's my secret petition in my heart between me and God. So I just want to encourage you today to never stop praying, even if it isn't a loud prayer. I have seen even in my life that, you know, you don't even have to go to the front of the church so that everybody prays for you, as long as you know it's between you and God. Sometimes he asks of us to do let everybody pray. But also, if it's you and God and you cherish this prayer, know that God does hear your prayer. My friends, may you have a wonderful weekend in the presence of the Most High God. Enjoy your family. Enjoy life. Breathe. Just breathe. Be gentle on yourself. Be gentle on those around you. And celebrate life, because life is beautiful. I bless you.